Hi my loves, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, my good name is Meg and thank you so much for clicking. So guys, on today's video I'm gonna be sharing with you some of the cons of living in Italy as a foreigner. So let's get straight to it. So number one is that Italy doesn't have a comprehensive public health care system. Although the Italian constitution entitles everyone to an urgent and emergency care at any public hospital, it doesn't include checkups, follow-ups or visits to a specialist. If in a case where you want to see a specialist, you're expected to book an appointment, which sometimes can take you up to 3 weeks. So if you feel you cannot wait for this long, you might consider going for a private specialist. If you move to Italy from an EU member country, your health insurance card gives you an instant access to Italy's healthcare program. But if you are a non-EU immigrant, you will also get this access, but only when you once become a legal resident. And just to let you know, in Italian public hospitals, the queues are crazy. They are quite long. Sometimes you might end up waiting for hours before you get attended to. I remember in my case, there's a time I stayed on those long queues for close to 6 hours. Yes, before I was attended to, because it entails also a lot. You have to get a number and the administration process, it entails quite a lot. So you have to exercise a lot of patience, especially when you have to go to a public hospital here in Italy. And number two is the afternoon long break hours. Here in Italy, most companies, including the government offices, the municipals, break for long hours during lunch breaks and reopen at 3 p.m. and even sometimes at 4. I see the logic in it, of course, but if you're like me, you'll want to run an errand during these hours or get stuff done, it can be frustrating. And number three is the low salary income. And despite the cost of living being a bit high in cities like Milan, the salary is way too low, and the cost of living has little to do with the amount of salary one gets. Companies pay as little as they can get away with, which apparently here in Italy is not much. And also the demand and supply. You'll find so many people chasing very few companies to work for. And I feel like this plays a big role on why there's such a crisis of low income in Italy. Like you'll find 100 people chasing one position. Imagine. So I feel lack of job opportunities also contributes to the low income that Italy is facing right now. And number four is bureaucracy. Oh my gosh, bureaucracy here in Italy is quite high. And I understand it was created by the Australians and it was working well until the Italians took over, where more laws were included, and this only means more documents, more paperwork, even more signatures, sometimes 4 to 5 signatures in one single page. As a foreigner, you will fill hundreds of documents, stand in long queues for you to be able to process your permit of stay, electricity, gas, etc. And you will also need proof of identity, where you're required to show your passport, your ID, your permit of stay, and your tax code, only for a single process. The other thing is, please make sure you don't do any mistake when you are filling these documents, because if you do so, you will be required to repeat the whole process afresh, and it is quite frustrating. And when you're going through this tedious bureaucracy process, kindly exercise patience and always make friends with the bureaucrats, as this will help you a lot. Never get angry, because I know the process is quite frustrating. You might get miserable, but never get angry. Be patient. At the end of the day, it will work. The other thing that I dislike is that you can never solve a problem with the government offices over a phone, because you will always be advised to call a different number, and if you do so, it doesn't go through, and if you're lucky enough, maybe if it goes through, you will be advised to show up in person, which only means doing that on appointment. And number 5, and this is the last one on this video, is employment. Gosh, employment can be quite challenging and very difficult here, especially if you're trying to find work and you cannot speak fluently in Italian. It is so hard for you to land a job, because most companies will require you to have at least a grasp of the local language in order for you to be able to work. Just as I had mentioned on my past videos, or my past video, how it was difficult for me because of the language barrier, it's the same case when it came to finding employment. It's always good to learn basics if you want to get it easy, especially in a country like Italy, where they have a different language from yours. But if you're coming here for retirement, then this is not a big issue at all. So that has been it, my loves. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, please hit that subscription button, and we meet on to the next one. Ciao ciao.